Yesterday, Ferdinand Gongo and Chantal Biya surprised all Cameroonians with this particular statement. I am a candidate. And then attached to it is a letter written and says, Declaration of Candidacy for the 12th October 2025 presidential election by His Excellency Paul Biya. First thing is that the communique was not signed. This communique was not having the name of President Paul Biya at the end, as usual, and that is where we are questioning this particular issue. We all know that President Paul Biya is not capable. President Paul Biya is not active. President Paul Biya is not willing to be president of Cameroon. But Chantal Biya, the wife, and Ferdinand Gongo are taking advantage of his age and his incapacity to be running Cameroon on behalf of President Paul Biya. And Cameroonians today, we are saying no to Chantal Biya, we are saying no to Ferdinand Ngongo. And we have to stand up. I'm going to go through the communicate for you to understand some certain things that they say it out without any shame, because they are the things they mention, they are contrary to what they have done in Cameroon. He says, ensuring the security and well-being of the sons and daughters of our beloved and beautiful country is the sacred duty to which I have devoted my time and energy in assuming the hand of state. Time and energy, the well-being and the security of Cameroonians. The well-being of Cameroonians today is terrible. And Cameroonians are living in misery, in hardship, in poverty. The security of Cameroonians today are nothing to talk about, because no part of Cameroon is secure. In southern Cameroon, the Anglophone crisis. In the northern part of Cameroon, the kidnappers and Boko Haram. Within Cameroon, in all other regions, we have kidnapping, armed robbery, and people are disappearing every blessed day, being killed because of insecurity. The government of President Paul Biya is set free notorious criminals in order to keep a political prisoner in prison. And that is what our society is, what it is today. So I don't know the time and the energy President Paul Biya or whosoever, Chantal Biya or Ferdinand Gongo, publishing this, have done. He went ahead and said the results are palpable, visible, and laudable. That the results are concrete, able to touch, that you can touch. They are visible and they are loud, but there is no way you can avoid what President Paul Biya have done in Cameroon. There is no way even his highest enemy can pretend that he does not know that President Paul Biya developed Cameroon. What a shame. You put this kind of particular statement without any shame, in which there is nothing you have done. No road in Cameroon, no electricity, no drinkable water. He said, thank you for the massive support you have continue to give me in this endeavor. Who has been supporting President Paul Biya that he is thanking? Who has been supporting Chantal Biya or Ferdinand Gongo that they are thanking? In Cameroon, only those who are benefiting from the taxpayer money, that the 5% Cameroonians, but 95% Cameroonians are suffering and against the government. But they are using the common police, the common gendarme, and the common military to brutalize, to kill, and to frustrate Cameroonians. He went ahead by saying, however, much remains to be done. At what age? You have the same mentality now with a child below 5 years. What more is left to be done? Since Ferdinand Gongo and Chantal Biya have been running Cameroon, what have they done? What have they done? In the face of an increasingly difficult international environment, the challenges facing us are more and more pressing. In such a situation, I cannot swim my mission. I have therefore decided to hate the numerous and insistent calls from the 10 regions of our country and from the diaspora. Paul Biya need to be arrested. Ferdinand Gongo need to be arrested. Chantal Biya need to be arrested for giving this particular statement that a call came from all the 10 regions. Cameroonians calling President Paul Biya to run for another 7 years. Ferdinand Gongo have a meeting with a CPD militants, ministers, those benefiting from the taxpayer money, parliamentarian. Is President Paul Biya telling us indirectly that all 30 million Cameroonians call him to run for the next 7 years? Because he said he's answering the call that came from all the 10 regions. You met with parliamentarians from the CPD, not all the parliamentarians. You met with the ministers because they are all CPD militants. And then you say it is a court coming from the 30 million Cameroonians. I am a candidate for the 12th October 2025 presidential election. Rest assured that my determination to save you is commensurable with the serious challenges facing us. The well-being of our youth and women will be at the heart of my priority. So it is only now, for 43 years that you have been in power, you have never considered the well-being of the youth or the women. It is now that you want to consider it. At least 80% of Cameroonian youth are suffering in poverty, are living below poverty line, are frustrated, are illiterate, because you decided that you are not going to create schools. You created political schools, school without benches, school without infrastructure. It is only these 7 years that you will be doing it. Together, there are more challenges we cannot meet. The best is still to come. This is the end of the communicate. And there was no signature, there was no name at the end as usual. So what are you people doing this? I'm talking about